round of applause. Welcome to the NSSF show, Friends with Benefits. My name is Gaetano. This is the 4th episode.
My name is Crystal. Now, Friends with Benefits is a show about success stories. Stories that not only motivate and inspire us who are currently saving, but even those yet to start a social security savings plan with NSSF.
That's very true. Now, at its very core, the show is about financial literacy. Basically, getting savers to learn how to invest in their benefits as wisely as possible.
Now, on the last episode, we met Peter Simon Kaba. He used his withdrawal benefits to start a packaging company, and his wife and sons are heavily involved.
That's right. We also met Mr. Akula Sui, who used his invalidity benefit to treat his persistent eye problem he's had ever since he was a child. He also used it to buy 2 border borders as an extra source of income in their business.
Nice. So remember that the winner from episode 3 will make it to the last 8 contestants, and they will be that one step closer to the grand prize of 30 million shillings.
The first runner-up also takes 50 million shillings, whilst the second runner-up goes home with 10 million shillings.
But now, let's meet our panel of judges, the people who will ask the right questions so we can make the right choices.
We'll start off with Mr. Stevens Mwanje, as if in a boxing ring. Mr. Stevens Mwanje, Chief Finance Officer. How are you, sir?
How are you, Gaetano?
Very well. You like the intro, yeah? It was good, huh? Yeah.
And next to Stevens, we have Mabel Chigundu, Human Resource Specialist. Welcome back, Mabel.
Thank you, Crystal.
Next is Mr. Paul Busharizi, Public Editor for The New Vision. This man writes and writes and writes with pens. You know, as people don't even know how to write it, we type. But welcome back.
Thank you, Gaetano.
And next to Paul, we'd like to welcome back Barbara Arimi, the Head of Marketing and Communications at NSSF.
Thank you, Crystal.
All right, it's now time for us to meet our 7th contestant. Time for a show to begin. He hails from Wakiso, Mr. Leonard Kalanda. And let's find out exactly what he did with his benefits. Very interesting story.
I was working with Mlago Hospital as an accountant. Due to the pressures, the cost of living, I decided to leave that job and start my own job. Hello, I'm Leonard Kalanda Salongo. Welcome to Budo, and this is my NSSF story. I had grown some pineapples, about 2 acres, but when I left the job, because I had no income, those pineapples needed fertilizers. The size I got when I started harvesting was not pleasing. So I contacted the Grade Sisters of Rubaga. So I requested them to teach me how to make wine, just to save my investment. And all the balance that was remaining in the garden, I brought them here. I squeezed them into juice, then I made some wine. Then an opportunity came in 2014. There was a trade fair. I managed to sell 140 bottles, first time on the market. So from there, I got assurance that I think what I'm making can make me live with my family. So from there, I sat down here, then I started looking at new ways on how to improve the product. And I didn't want to go to the bank to get loans, but I had one hope. I knew 2016, I'll get my money, and I'll use that money to fulfill my objective of taking this product to the market. So when I got the money, the first thing I did was to buy the necessities. I spent about 6 million to buy the equipment you see here. All the balance that remained, I just invested it in constructing those structures where I grew mushrooms. There was a lady who introduced me to this business. She took me through that process, how to grow mushrooms. So I was packing those mushrooms in small bottles, but it was a bit tedious to distribute them. You distribute them to the supermarket, you take a month or 2, they're not paying you. I said, why don't I try to add value? And my value addition basically is making wine out of the mushrooms. I packed it, I took it to the market just to test or to prove what I thought was good. And to prove that was good, whoever tested was going with the bottle. Whoever tested was taking the bottle. and I decided to make it the main brand. Reason, the raw materials are there throughout the year. Compared to other fruits like mangoes, like pineapples, they are seasonal. If I make wine out of mushrooms, then I get more income compared to what I get when I sell them when they are still fresh. I use 3 kilograms of mushrooms to make 1 jerrycan of wine. And 1 jerrycan of wine, I can sell it at around 200,000, just a jerrycan. So if you compare 200,000 to 15,000 I get when I sell them when they are fresh, I mean, the difference is big. And the projects are giving me some good money that can help me to take my kids to the school without borrowing or without selling my property. For those people who think NSSF does not work, I think they are mistaken because they have not seen it practically. I've seen it myself and I've helped other people to get their benefits.
There you go, winemaking from pineapples to mushrooms, my kind of man. Please help me welcome onto the stage Mr. Kalanda, Leonard. Leonard, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Whoa, you brought some of your wine here?
Of course, I brought some wine from mushrooms.
This is the mushroom wine?
Exactly.
You, man, you bring it, let me taste. Ah, la, 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 la. Please, let's organize. This is the one for 200,000 per bottle?
Per jerrycan.
Per jerrycan. Yes. Okay, keep pouring. You add more. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Let me taste some of this. Mr. Leonard.
Yeah.
This is very good.
Thank you.
Cheers. This is absolute. Let me put this right over here. Do you mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 51 now.
You're 51 years of
Yes.
age.
Yes.
Did you think at the time when you were receiving your benefits, it was going to be as beneficial as it is now?
Of course, at first, I had so many thoughts, but I was not so sure of how to put it into practice. But when I got it, of course, I had tested the market, I tested the product. So I was sure that if I put it into good practice, I think it will do what I want. Yeah.
Well, I must say it's fantastic wine. So as the judges interact with you, let me sit back. I have my bottle over here. You guys enjoy yourselves, talk. Me, I'm going to be here. Who wants to go first, by the way?
I will.
Okay, we'll start off with Mr. Stevens.
Okay, Leonard, welcome to the show. Thank you. Impressive products. Just tell us, if you were to do it again, if you were to get your money right now again, what would you do different?
Right now, the program I have, because I started this business in my 2 boys' quarters, my next step is to build a winery because I have space so that I expand this business. Because now the mushrooms, I have them in plenty because I grow them.
Yes.
But where to put that stock
All right.
is the problem.
Okay.
I think I find your story very interesting. How many outgrowers do you have?
No, the outgrowers, we know they have been, most of them, they have tried this business, but they have been frustrated. We have one challenge on the market. The people selling seeds, they are over-duplicated. But now I've got a solution for that. I've got the training. I will be producing the seeds myself.
Leonard, this is a fantastic story on many fronts, but especially because if we are to meet our national ambitions of middle income in the near future, selling raw mushrooms or raw pineapples will not get us there. We need to add value. Where do you see yourself and your business 5, 10, 15 years in the future?
Basically, what is derailing me is just, what I need is just enough cash flow. The moment I get good cash flow, because now financing is there, but if you don't have good cash flow, you can't do much. And I'm sure the moment I enter into the market, the rest will be history. And I intend to be, I think, one of the best wine producers. And I believe I'm going to help a lot of people, especially we have so many ladies who are interested in this business, but because they have been limited by the market. The moment this business grows, I know a number of people are going to be employed. Leave alone that the outsiders, the people who are going to be employed on the spot, There are so many people know the department. To vote for me, dial *254#, select Friends with Benefits, select Leonard Kalanda.
When we come back, I'll be very drunk, but in the meantime, enjoy the ad break.
Nzijukira ebiseera ebyo abawagizi ekitiibwa nali muzira mu kisaawe ne mbulamu obwa bulijjo nga nsobola okwetuusaako buli kye njagala. Naye olunaku lumu byonna ne biggwaawo. Singa nategekera obukadde bwange nandibadde mu bulamu obweyagaza kati.
Every year, millions of Ugandans retire into poverty. To reduce that number, NSSF has introduced voluntary membership, which allows more Ugandans to save with NSSF and makes contributing easier by letting you pay through mobile money. It is available to individuals who run companies that employ less than 5 employees, as well as those who used to save with the fund and are now gainfully self-employed but are below the age of 60. Sign up today by visiting your nearest NSSF branch.
NSSF, a better life.